for my first global learning project interaction with Tutor, we went to Brody Cafeteria, and there we talked about our similarities and differences, and how those related to our cultural backgrounds. So what we first started talking about was our daily routine, and I found out we had a lot of similarities actually. We both aren't really morning people. We like to sleep in as much as we can, and both can't really remember a time we've went to bed before midnight, so we're kind of night owls. Also, both of us, if we leave the house, we're most of the time in jeans or nicer pants and either a nicer t-shirt or a button down. But if we're chilling at home, we'll just wear our sweatpants and casual attire. And also, if we're at home, we like to mainly just like watch Netflix and relax as much as we can. We both actually like to cook a little bit. Um, we both rarely play video games, but when we do, they're sports. He likes to play FIFA, and I like to play NHL. I also our favorite TV show is Game of Thrones, both of us. So that's pretty interesting that we have that much in common. Big differences when it comes to our diet. He likes to have a hearty breakfast and an average sized lunch, and a pretty big dinner, but his dinner is usually late. Whereas I usually skip breakfast and have a smaller lunch and then a bigger dinner later. He says he eats soup every single day for lunch, and so that's definitely a big difference right there because I haven't eaten soup in I don't know how long. And for breakfast, he likes eggs and bacon, sausage. So he has typical American breakfast. So when it comes to high school, we are also fairly similar. We're both pretty social and active and in a good amount of clubs. He said he liked to go to all his high school dances, and so did I. I always looked forward to that. We both played sports in high school. He played soccer, tennis, and basketball, which he said were the three main sports in Romania. And I played football, golf, and basketball. So we're both fairly athletic and like sports. He said for tests, he usually goes over the study guides and then goes over all the things he didn't understand. It's after the study guide, which is kind of the same I do. We both use repetition a lot. My high school was a little different because his exams were none of them were multiple choice. They were all like written answers, so you had to focus a lot more and know your material a lot more. Whereas me, I had a lot of multiple choice, but I had a good amount of short answer. Also, he had a lot of presentations in high school, whereas I maybe had a few, but that he said that was a main part of his curriculum too was a lot of presentations, which that was a big difference. For his cognitive load in high school, he said he had a lot. It was about half and half hands-on learning and research, and then half and half lecturing. And so with that, they had to do the research and then give presentations based on that style of learning. And for me, it was mainly lectures. There was some interaction, but I feel like it was a lot of lectures for the most part and reading. For a memory to retain information, both of us use repetition a lot, and so that was another similarity there. So the main thing I took away from our interaction was pretty much our eating habits were different, and so Americans' eating habits are pretty different than the rest of the world. I feel like, but overall, it was really fun and interesting to get to know him better.